Back home, I'm an advocate for public education. And for example, on a Friday we may have kids that, well, you know, because of their economically disadvantaged situation, we'll pack them meals for the weekend, knowing that, you know, we're going to get them back on Monday, and yes, they may be hungry, and we'll feed them breakfast, and with a full belly, we'll begin that diffusion of knowledge, if you will. And that right there is the difference. You see, here in the hill country, the hill tribes, there is no Monday. Here, the difference, there is no safety net as we're accustomed to, let's say, back in my hometown. Here, the consequence goes dramatically from A to Z. Here, the consequence on Monday could be, unfortunately, the issue of prostitution with 13, 14, 15-year-olds.
There are thousands of tribe people, but they've never been able to acquire Thai citizenship. So therefore they don't have an identity card, which all Thai people have. And because of that, they are prohibited from leaving that area. It's like they live in a great big 300 or 400 square kilometer prison.
They are invisible. They're invisible because they don't have ID. And without ID, that is power, that is access to education, access to so many things.
Here in Thailand, the hill tribe people like to be Thai. You know, like to be Thai. Like to get ID card. To get ID card is something that means so that we get everything in my ID card. This is a very good experience for us.
I describe it like a coffee card. If you go to the same coffee shop 10 times, then the 11th one is free. Well, that's what it's like for these children. If they go to school and stay at school.
If the kids can get an education, their high school, that is a pathway for them to get their citizenship.
School is the pathway to ID. The school can support that application, we can support that application, but it's not an easy automatic pathway.
Without these identity cards, they don't have any access to health care or to higher education, university. At the end of elementary school, they have virtually no options. What happens more often is that the girls, they get trafficked.
They're taken by traders to be used for sex, or they're sold over the border, or all sorts of things. You know, between 50 to 60,000 children in Thailand working in the sex trade, young people under 16 years old. And for most part there would be a lot of hill tribe, but it's hidden. It's not like people think. It's not those brothels in Bangkok or Phuket, or around here there are karaoke, there are bars, there are places just alongside the road, a few lights and selling beer, but they're also selling sex.
And most often the families never see their girls again unless they come home to die of AIDS.
I go back 2 months later or something, and they've actually died. And then they die, and then they're not given a proper funeral because of the shame.
Between a Friday and a Monday, it's the exposure of being kidnapped. It's the exposure to the young men of the introduction of drugs, for example, alcohol. It's the exposure, it's all these negative exposures that there is no Monday. The care that needs to be given here and the focus is a serious matter. The consequences are way too high. And that is the perception. That is the difference that I noticed in my visit here.
The first thing is we will see that the cases of the kids that need help, really need help.
Some of them are true orphans, like no parents. Some are orphans in the sense the parents just can't look after them. They have no money, so they get rid of them. The kids there was about, I think, around 33 kids in ages from about 2 to 12 or 13. They had no caregiver. They had to get up early in the morning, build a fire here, cook their rice, help the little kids get ready, walk to school, get dressed and walk to school. This was their kitchen. Now we can't get into this building because it's locked, but actually now they've moved on to something even better. That's the difference that this building made. The dream of Borderless Friendship Foundation was to build some kind of a hostel or a home near the city, near the town, where there's high schools, so these kids could get an education and then eventually get their citizenship and then have the world opened up for them.
Because one thing we need help means the kids that they are really willing to learn.
We do things like we teach, promotes expertise is sustainable agriculture. And so teaching, and for example at Children at Leadership Home, they have access to pigs and poultry. They're learning about growing garlic, growing their own vegetables. So everything is supplemented by what they do, because the $30 a month really just covers just the very, very basics. So teaching them life skills, and sexuality education is part of that, but so too is all the skills that they learn in the garden. So our living kitchen is a living classroom for them.
leadership home ko lo cho ta me yu me la pha ko no ma ga mo jo na ma se le nga ga ko cha pha sala chi khai ga nga ma mo jo ga nga ga wa cha phut me me chi me u cha phe me chi a phe tu lai me ja me le chi mu to a le chi le cha phe o we chi le khte go a le o sho ma o nga hu ya ne dia le o sho ma phe be yo le ma cha po we dia tha shu tha ga pe pi le ho cứ ho ga ko ngơ cả ho le ti po chun ko te le ko te be yo le he ngơ áp phe ka cho ta we le ngơ le áp phe u cha ti chữ le ngơ hu le ma u cha ngơ le phat po sa phit cha yu ngơ tu le ngơ hu lang kai su kha pha ji su kha pha kai ka da ja be yu me le.
Before school, after school, they learn about caring of pigs, and they learn amazing skills. The pathway is definitely education, and so through our sponsorship, $30 a month really, it helps the parents see that let's keep them in school because we don't have to pay anymore. If their uniform is provided, if they've got food, maybe we can do without them in the field and we'll keep them in school.
Of course, everything starts with the contribution of the dollar. The dollar is nothing more than a vehicle to making that dramatic change.
You can't understand. Have you even been hungry for one day? Have you been hungry for 2 days? Have you been hungry for a week?
Where there's a Friday, we need to guarantee that there is that Monday to follow, that there is that hope to be given for these kids to have an opportunity. The foundation that we all enjoy, it's when it comes to security, shelter, those, and of course, hunger, food. Setting that foundation for these individuals provides us the framework to educate. Education is the pathway.
We really have to work with those basic needs, and poverty belies everything. So if there's no food and if they don't have shelter and they're sleeping on a dusty road and it's wet and cold, then they can't even think about education. So we first have had to attend to those sorts of needs and making sure that they've got a reliable food source, that they are near a school, that there's a shelter that they can trust and they're in a safe place.
Education provides you the opportunity of lifelong learning, which provides all of us, as we all know, the opportunity for freedom, the opportunity for liberty, the opportunity to succeed, and however way we describe that success or however it's ever defined, that's what it does. Education is key, and that is what's happening here.
Thai ID is everything. It is hope. It is access to vocational education or university or secondary school.
Hope is the opportunity of hope is undescribable. There are the Leadership Home, there's the Borderless Friendship. There are individuals that have a passion beyond measure that can make a difference and are making a difference in what I saw.
People saw at our organization, Borderless Friendship. It seems like very good reputation, big project, because 200 or 300 kids are sponsoring scholarship. How many people do you have promote? Where is your office? How many cars do you have? You know, how many story, how many room of your office? No full-time staff, all volunteer.
There's so much. There's success everywhere.
cô về tây phà cô kuma là tây phà cô kuma mà là tin lúc cả khai tia che bàไว้นะ
ที่นี่ก็ได้เจอเพื่อนใหม่และมีเพื่อนที่นิสัยดีๆนะครับแล้วก็มีเพื่อนที่คอยช่วยเหลือเราคอยให้กำลังใจเรานะครับ
We're moving forward. We've got young people in vocational education. We've got nurses. We've just got our first person graduating in public health. We've got young people graduating in marketing. We've got people who are going to be incredibly capable working in government offices, changing the views and opening the door for Hill Tribe.
Nga chibunga ti chevele ka ya ne ha sa vele nga ha le ja nga ni ma sa ja te ya ko hu ya ne ko ku lo ku ya nga kheli phe ga ve ama te le ko nga hu ya ne phe we ti ya tha ju ju ma cho ko su tha ma ga mi su lo ma su phe che ve khe mo ti ya tha nga hu ko ku cho tin te ya tha ha ka tu cho ja the le nga ni ma cho we nga ya ne su khe su te mu tha nga kheli phe ti tu nga hu do lo ja le người khai lại vô thả khé đi hạ biết được ngà đô lo tả về vôเลย
ก็อยากเป็นนักวอลเลย์บอลแล้วก็ครูภาษาอังกฤษค่ะ
อนาคตนะครับผมก็อยากเป็นช่างไฟแล้วเพื่อจะไปต่อไฟที่หมู่บ้านผมนะครับแล้วจะไปติดตั้งสัญญาณนะครับ
Not diminishing all the need in our own backyard, but the difference is the consequence. The consequences here are dramatically, the stakes are higher. And this is why there has to be room within our hearts of passion. We can find some space and some time to make sure that we address the children of Thailand.
Their views have changed, and that door to education, not only is it open, but please can you send more of those children? So they really welcome the children, and the children, they don't suffer discrimination. They never tell. They love going to school, and they're just so proud of being able to go and fit in.
This generation, after finish university, new coming, and the one that's in university and also finish working, and the new coming always from 20 children change the whole village, and from each year 40 to be 80 to be 100. So it's a big change for the whole mountain. I want to see that change.
We need to make sure that we implement a Monday